Hi guys, it's your mum Sophie and welcome back to another video. This video is Harry Potter versus Doctor Who, the similarities. Now I've got some similarities in mind, but I've also had to go online to find some other ones because I was stuck in the last video. Anyway, if you've never seen my face on your screens before, please click the big red subscribe button down below and click the notifications bell to get notifications every single time I upload. The first similarity to the Wizarding World and the Doctor Who universe is the bigger on the inside stuff. Like the tent in the Wizarding World that Harry goes into during the Quidditch match is bigger on the inside, and that is just like the TARDIS. Like the TARDIS is bigger on the inside, just like the tents. So that is definitely one similarity together. Here are the rest. That's one similarity I've noticed. The bathroom blues. You would think that the one place you could go for a little privacy would be the bathroom. Think again, my friends, think again. It's a wonder neither the Doctor nor Harry is suffering permanent constipation or causing all the Inquisitions to stand downwind due to their fear of bathing. So again, the bathroom blues, you know, when you can't go when people are watching. 2, a weapon of choice. It is a mere coincidence that both the Doctor and Harry arm themselves with something that a dominates of Mad Eye's moodier side can slip into their back pocket. Those little stick packs, a big wallet, they are highly protective of their own devices. Call it fraudulent, but everyone always thinks theirs is bigger and better. So yeah, another similarity. The Doctor has a sonic screwdriver which he's always armed with, or whatever weapon of choice he chooses, which is usually the sonic. And Harry has a wand, his weapon of choice. Play the funky music. The words Harry and the Doctor are in no danger whatsoever of being followed by dancers extraordinaire. It's just really an accident waiting to happen for both of them. In fact, it's a wonder no one has lost an eye, or worse, when they're on the dance floor. Exactly. Like, it's amazing. Never plan for dinner. For whatever reason, sitting down to a meal or having a drink with friends is a paternity bad idea. Friends don't let other friends take risks at dinner. At the very least, it leads to indigestion. Harry and the Doctor are really just better eating alone. Catch up after the meal. Exactly. But Harry sits down with his friends, Ron and Hermione, to eat a meal, but the Doctor doesn't. He prefers eating alone. So yeah, Harry and Ron. Flying. Now this is definitely a similarity in both the sci-fi and franchise. Flying. There is nothing else like it. Simply put, the Doctor and Harry just love their flying machines, and they excel at operating them most of the time. The TARDIS and the broom may get beaten up or have the odd piloting quirk, but they love their respective models of transportation, even if they are a tad unpredictable at times. Just because the ride may be a bit bumpy, it doesn't mean they want to give up their preferred mode of travel. So yeah, the Doctor travels in the TARDIS, Harry travels on a broom. So yeah, very similarities there, the travelling. True friendship. It's not all bleak. One thing's for sure, no matter what Harry Potter and the Doctor have to face, their friends will always have their backs. Both of them inspire their loyalty and determination of their friends. Their friends would give up everything if Harry or the Doctor needed them, including their own lives. Yes. So yeah, it's a true friendship between the two of them. Why is that the only thing on there? Why is that the only thing on there? So yeah, we've definitely got a few similarities to that, especially the tents being bigger on the inside than they are on the outside. So yeah, definitely similarities there. Aha, here we go. Voldemort and the Master. In Harry Potter, Voldemort is the main and most constant adversary that Harry and his friends fight against. Doctor Who doesn't have this one face foe mid-set. and we are given new enemies in just about every episode. So again, very similarities. However, the one person who constantly comes back to fight the Doctor again and again is his fellow Time Lord, the Master. Both Voldemort and the Master, in all of his forms, share delusions of grand and missed opportunities of redemption and the sense of true evil. So yeah, they both have one enemy that keeps coming back to haunt them, basically. Hermione and Martha. The Doctor seems to favour less intelligent companions at times, so when he ends up travelling with the incredible intelligent student Dr. Martha Jones, he has really met his match. Obviously, she wasn't as much of a know-it-all as Hermione, but there's very strong similarities. Yep, medical student, real genius in school. Hermione and Martha are both very similar. Death Eaters and Daleks. Death Eaters aren't quite as emotionless as Daleks, but they live to inflict fear in those they consider to be inferior, all the while serving their master, Lord Voldemort. So yeah, like Daleks and Death Eaters are very similar. They both want to kill. Neville and Mickey. When first introduced, Neville Longbottom and Mickey Smith were side characters designed to entertain. Neither of them had a huge impact on storylines of respective franchise, but they were loved almost universally by fans. Eventually, both developed into intelligent, brave and important characters, whether it was Neville's heroic actions in the Deathly Hallows or Mickey's reappearance for the Journey's End arc. So yeah. Harry and the Ninth Doctor. Now this is going to be interesting. The Ninth Doctor is arguably Harry's biggest parallel. The two both have misguided desires to determine to do dangerous things alone, even when they definitely need help. Well, they both spend their time being pretty serious and moody, only occasionally spring into comedy action. Okay, Newt Scamander and the 11th Doctor. Newt Scamander might not be part of the main series of the Harry Potter films, but he has a very important role in the history of magic and stars in The Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, which is a movie set in the Wizarding World. Pretty much every element of the maniac, light-hearted and friendly character of both the 11th Doctor and Newt Scamander overlap, not to mention their similar voices and styles. I've never watched Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, so I don't even know, but if you've watched that, you'll probably know. Moaning Myrtle and Ursula Blake. I just realised they're played by the same person. Yep. This one is very on the nose. The strange episode Love and Monsters showcase Shirley Henderson's portrait of Ursula Blake, a woman who ended up stuck inside a paving slab. Henderson, who also played Moaning Myrtle in Harry Potter, on the surface, this meant they looked and sounded identical. However, they also shared character similarities. They have both dreamy airways of speaking, and they each have an unexpected dark sense of humour. So yeah, they're basically the same person. They are the same person, just played two different sorts of people. Dumbledore and the Face of Boe. Now this is interesting. Wise, old and sad, no longer with us. These are characteristics that the Face of Boe and Dumbledore share. They both impact important knowledge to their franchise central characters, but in a confusing time consumption riddle format, shortly before their heartbreaking and dramatic deaths at their respective grounded old ages. Centaurs and the Ood. Now this is interesting. The Ood from Doctor Who and the Centaurs in Harry Potter share the gift of foresight. Centaurs are proud creatures who don't exactly enjoy any interaction with humans, but when Fez took on a job as divination teacher at Hogwarts, we found out a lot of their ability to see the future. The Ood and their gentler predictions are essential in the 10th Doctor's journey towards his regeneration. So yeah, both the Centaurs and the Ood can both foresee the future. which is actually a very good similarity because you kind of, you know. Ron and Donna. Now, I've got a feeling it's because they're both redheads. Yes, it's true that Ron and Donna are both most prominent characters in Harry Potter and Doctor Who series who are ginger, but they are also a lot much more than that. I think they were meant to say they were much more than that, not a lot much more than that. That doesn't make any sense. There's a persistent and close source of comic relief who can jump into serious modes when they need to, provide themselves to be fierce, loyal and communicative, to do the right thing, and they're just so much fun. So yeah, definitely something that... Okay, and we're going to have a look at one more page, just because God, I hate it when there's ads online. How did he even know about that world? The Doctor has awesome, and he is also technically a muggle like the rest of Magicless chums. Wizards probably wouldn't exactly be willing to open up about their super secret community to him, even if he did just land a freaky spaceship in front of Hogwarts. That is true, but I feel like the Doctor would understand anyway. But the Doctor is clever, and we can assume he has suspected that magic is real for some time. A premise of the magic world of Harry Potter is that it is hiding right under our noses, but the Doctor has indicated he might be aware of it. In the episode Face the Raven, we learn that hidden places similar to Diagon Alley exists in the Doctor's London, and that he knows how to find them. There is another way he could have found out. As de-Rossed as wizards are, there is one muggle that always shares their secret with the Prime Minister of Britain, and the Doctor was also close friends with at least one Prime Minister, Harriet Jones. She might have spilt the secret to him, or he might have gotten it out of her another way. How did he blend in? Naturally, the Doctor, usually bluffing, would cut it for this particular mission, and he would need more than just psychic paper to get himself near the Dark Lord's inner circle. Fortunately, there is a Time Lord device called the Chameleon Arch. With it, the Doctor is able to become human, his new personality and echoes of his old personality, but it is all intents and purposes a new, different person. The Doctor used it to become an average Joe called John Sims shortly before World War I. While he takes on a human personnel, everything that makes him the Doctor, including his Time Lord nature, memories and personalities, are stored in the Fob Watch. Think of it as a backup file. Opening the watch restores the Time Lord but kills the human person in the process. This is the same type of watch Barty Crouch Jr. had on him prior to his arrest. Oh my god, he did as well. But this is far from the only connection between the two. The freshly regenerated 10th Doctor is almost impressed from the Barty. They practically wore the same clothes. If it wasn't for the TARDIS behind the Doctor and Barty's decision to bro-pop his collar, you wouldn't be able to tell them apart. And when a Time Lord is disguised as human, even if they don't have memories of their true self, they still have echoes that express subconsciously. This might explain why Barty Crouch Jr. seems to like to dress like his past incarnation as the 9th Doctor. Still, how would you be able to infiltrate a pure blood family and make them believe he's their son all along? Difficult for your average muggle, maybe, but a piece of cake for a Time Lord who regularly forgets documents, rewrites history and alternately the memory of his companions. With the power of hypnosis, for example, he made his companion Donna Noble forget him completely. And he attempted to give his companion Clara Oswald a new made-up identity. But even with the Harry Potter world, there is evidence that Barty Crouch Jr. might not be his parents' son. Barty Crouch Sr. obviously didn't care too much about him, given the fact that he sentenced him to Azkaban for life. A second thought, therefore his personal time stream wasn't affected that much by his son. Whilst his mother seemed to be close to Barty, she might have liked the idea of having a child more than her actual son. Since she failed to see that he was completely crazy, plus Barty easily dismissed his mother despite her sacrifice her life to break him out of Azkaban. This is hardly a close-knit family, and it could be because it was basically of the Doctor's creation. Okay, last one. I'm not reading any more after this because it's too long and I can't be bothered. How did he become Barty Crouch Jr.? Now, I just want to, when he used the Chameleon Arch, the Doctor can program some vague backstory, but eventually his new personality changes from his own. This examples the biggest difference between Barty and the Doctor. The one is the greatest hero, and the other is just your average henchman in a service of Dark Lords. So why would the Doctor become evil as Barty? They can contribute in the past to the Arch, which is also known to reverse the mortalities of its users. His nemesis, the Master, is a coward and genocidial maniac, yet became a heroic and gentle old guy after using the device. Obviously the opposite happened for the Doctor. The Chameleon Arch shouldn't have all the blame though. Even when he is the Doctor, our favourite Time Lord has been shown to have a dark side. He killed people before when filled with rage, and he was even willing to commit genocide for the greater good. He followed the lead of another Dark Lord. The Time Lord persisted during the Time War. He becomes corrupt easily and once renames himself the Time Lord Victorious. It got so bad that an innocent woman had to commit suicide to make him come back to his senses to stop being evil. So, maybe it wasn't exactly a complete 180. So yeah, similarities to Doctor Who and Harry Potter. I probably should have come up with these with myself, but I didn't really plan this video straight up. I just kind of wanted to do it. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please click that video and subscribe button down below if you haven't already. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Actually, wait. Anzi.